More than 150 years ago, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. The date marks the end of slavery in the South.
And WBIR 10 News reporter Yvonne Thomas is live at Knoxville's branch of the NAACP as they commemorate the anniversary. Good morning, Yvonne.
Russell, Heather, good morning, and that's absolutely right. You know, in just a couple of hours, dozens of people will be arriving at Mount Zion Baptist Church to commemorate and remember this proclamation. This is the 6th year that Knoxville's NAACP is holding this event. And just to give you some context about the church in which we're at this morning, Mount Zion Baptist Church is Knoxville's oldest black congregation. The church was founded in 1860 and predates the Civil War. Now, the service this morning will include music, preaching, and reflections on the unfinished work of the freedom movement. NAACP chapter president John Butler calls it their yearly kickoff event, and he hopes that continuing this celebration will help educate young children.
If we don't tell it, they won't remember. It's not always their fault that they don't know. Sometimes it's ours. Continue to remind ourselves and remind others that we have this responsibility of freedom, and we have the power of freedom.
And it was the right to education, to earn a wage, to own property, and marry. Those rights remained very difficult for most for many decades to come, but all became possible because of this law. The event begins today at 11 a.m. here at Mount Zion Baptist Church. The address is listed on your screen. But for now, we'll send things back over to you guys in the studio.
Thank you very much, Yvonne.